Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, happy Halloween. What's going on? Okay, listen. I was literally watching Family or Fiance. Like, I had to finish it, girl. I hope y'all got a chance to catch my Halloween movie review. If you did not check it out, I did Halloween 2018, and y'all should go ahead and check that out because it was fun. Okay, listen, I'm excited. How was everybody doing? Listen, everything was super duper entertaining. Everything was super duper entertaining because I had to watch everything this morning because me and Lyra got fucked up last night and watched it and fell asleep. So, like the old people that we are. I was mad. I wanted to go out with my homegirls, and I see they, replace me like it's, old Destiny's Child or some shit, but that's okay.
Well, no, they had a third.
Yes, they had a third. They had a fucking third without me.
They had a Michelle. It's cool though.
That's all right. I felt away, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. I had to get work done. Sometimes, you have to sacrifice having fun with your friends so that you can get work done, because you promised your subscribers that you would get your fucking Halloween movie review out. Okay, and sometimes you got work to do. You gotta get. Okay, listen. Thank you. All right, y'all. It's the end of the month, child. We had to get these videos in, girl. Okay, especially since I, took it upon myself to take Friday off. Like I had the luxury to do that or something. I mean, I did, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Anyway, excuse me, Cash. Don't be coming on my videos for this shit asking about lyric and football. What the fuck? Okay, listen. Go. Y'all need to go make your own page. Don't be coming over here with that.
It's going down. You already know.
Shut up. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into Family or Fiance. So, y'all, Dion and Rome. That's who. Okay, hold on. Hello. Hey, Arnetta. Thank you for becoming thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you, love. Listen, y'all. Okay, hey, everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming through, moderators. What's going on, D? I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all in the chat. Okay. Y'all, Lyric made me a mimosa with grapefruit juice and put some type of coloring in it to make it green because we're festive.
That's blue carousel.
It's good. I want another one. Okay. So Dion and Rome, baby, when I tell you I was living for Dion and Rome, first of all, okay, listen, And when I say y'all, this is when you work, when you don't work a 9 to 5, how much you have to work. You have to work during the day, and then you take a nap, and you wake up and you do some more work because you don't work a 9 to 5. You work for yourself, and sometimes yourself got to do work when you want to go out and be with your friends, and they replace you with a third. But anyway, so Dion is the Golden Lord, okay, and Rome is Run DMC. He had hat on. So this is Dion's family. Dion's family is adjusted to him being gay. Rome's family, specifically his mammy, not so much. They are perfect for each other. They are perfect for each other. They not only have been through the thick of it, together. They lived amongst the bed bugs, bitch. They was in a hotel with the bed bugs. Okay. Not only that, but they didn't have no core, nothing. And that's when Dion said he knew. I mean, Rome said he knew Dion was the one when they were able to like struggle like that together and still be so happy. Not only that, y'all, they sing together. They write music together. They do their fashion thing together. Like, these is two made for each other as people, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't even understand how anybody could feel like these two people were supposed to be with anybody other than each other. Like, when they were singing together, like just watching them interact, like I was just here for it. I was like, oh my God, they're adorable. Like, I'm here for their love, and I'm about to fight with Rome's mammy because I cannot with this broken record brainwash mentality that a lot of like older Black people refuse to let go of. Like, it's so fucking annoying to hear her keep throwing the Bible and it's like, y'all don't know nothing else about that Bible other than they don't like gay people, huh? Y'all don't know nothing else about that Bible. I don't hear y'all mention not a mother. Y'all don't mention that Bible no other time than when y'all going through a hardship, or when you want to judge somebody for being gay, or look down on somebody for being gay, or give them a reason why they shouldn't be gay. When the truth of the matter is, this is not about the Lord. Like, cut it out. This is not about the Lord, because everybody knows that, mama, what is you upset about your son's sins for? What they got to do with you? Any of his other sins, I bet you're not worrying about. You don't feel like it's a real reflection on you if he's, like they said, if he was straight and dicking all of the neighborhood girls down, getting everybody pregnant, you might have said something about it, but you wasn't going to throw no Bible in his face like you did when that boy came home from a date with his little spug. Y'all don't care nothing about the Bible when y'all having sex before marriage. Y'all don't care nothing about the Bible when y'all judging people because they tell y'all not to do that in that fucking Bible. You don't care nothing about, and I'm sorry, not the fucking Bible, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm cursing because I'm upset. But capital B Bible, because y'all get upset when y'all feel like I'm disrespecting y'all little book when really I'm just saying. Like, it is annoying to me that y'all only use this book when y'all want to beat it over somebody's head, because you don't go for it to teach you how to be forgiving, to teach you how to be compassionate, to teach you how to treat other people how you would want to be treated. Y'all don't go to it for none of that positive shit that they got up in there. But whenever y'all want to come and use the Bible to judge somebody and make them feel bad about who they are because you feel embarrassed about how society is going to feel about you, this ain't got nothing to do with the Lord. This ain't got nothing to do with the Lord. This is about you feeling embarrassed that your son is gay and having to go down to the church or to the family reunions, and they like, oh, y'all know Irene's son is gay. And it's like, and bitch, your son got a whole bunch of babies in the STD from what I heard, one he can't get rid of. Like, you could say anything about somebody's kids. Y'all really be out here using that Bible like y'all really be in it like that, and y'all really don't be. You really don't be. You really don't be. I don't care. I don't care. You really don't be. Anyway, I'm sorry, I had to get that on my chest because she stayed fasting that it's going against the father. It's going against the father. Really? Because it's not in the 10 Commandments. It's not in the 10 Commandments, but I bet you adultery is. I bet you coveting is. A bunch of things that you've been guilty of. A bunch of things that you've been guilty of. It's very easy to talk shit about somebody's kid when they gay and it's a parent. But y'all kids be out here fucked up. And y'all know what make me mad the most about that argument in our community is that the most detrimental thing to Black people outside of racism is abandonment by parents. Fathers not being there, parents who are there but not emotionally available. Like, those are the things that cause the most detriment to our society is abandonment of children. And I don't see nobody killing themselves because they keep making children they can't take care of. I don't see nobody killing themselves because they haven't really been there for their child the way they were supposed to be. And that has caused their child immense pain in their life and harms the way they deal in their relationships and in their personal life and their business. Like, I don't see none of y'all killing yourselves over that, which causes great harm to society. But when somebody's gay, y'all want to guilt them and beat them down until they want to kill themselves. So that's what I be talking about. They got a whole bunch of other things that y'all are fucking up on that are far more detrimental. I don't know what the negative outcome is to two gay men living their lives together for the rest. I don't know what the negative outcome to that is in this life. I don't. You want to talk to me about some shit that you don't know nothing about? I don't know about what those men's afterlife is going to be like, but I know in this life, I don't see the harm in it. See, usually when things are bad, you see the harm of it in this life, not just the one that's in the next life, not just in the next one, in this one. Y'all abandoning y'all children, y'all not being there, y'all harming your children emotionally because you're embarrassed about the way other people are going to view you as if it matters. Yeah, it matters how we're viewed, but to be very clear, as a poor ghetto Black woman, I'm sorry, you may not be ghetto, but your hairstyle tells me that if somebody else sees you, they're gonna put ghetto Black lady on you. and that's the bottom of the totem pole. As a ghetto Black lady, we be at the bottom of the totem pole. So if anybody thinks badly about you, so the fuck what? Because they're gonna think badly about you anyway. Like, the things that y'all really be out here doing that's detrimental to y'all children, don't nobody say nothing. Everybody just lets the baby daddies like Nick Cannon go around fucking up their kids, you know, but y'all make a big deal about Megan Thee Stallion popping pussy because God forbid these kids see what ass and titties look like or see that men like men, as if you're going to be able to keep them from seeing that. Ghetto. It's real ghetto. I say, bitch, it is ghetto, not ghetto. Miss Wanda, go to hell. We're going to get to her later. But y'all, this whole thing like really annoyed me, and it made it so hard to watch the episode because we knew his mama was going to be like this. Like, I don't condone the wording. You don't condone. Since when do adults need other adults to condone who they're in relationships with? The entitlement that goes along with somebody. I'm really feeling like people need to stop having to come out. People need to, like, nobody should have to like have this coming out moment about who they fucking to y'all. If I want to introduce you to who I'm dating, fine. But for Rome's mammy to act like she didn't know her son been gay his whole life, ma'am, go to hell. All of y'all be having a lifetime to deal with the fact that y'all kids be gay, because y'all know y'all kids be gay by the time they 5 years old. Just like Rome said. I'm sorry, y'all. You can ask. I knew around that age too. Because that's the age that you go to preschool. That's the age you go to preschool and you start to be around other kids and you notice who you like. And I used to like both. I used to like girls and I used to like boys at a very young age. Boom, clear as day. Now, we're going to argue about it when I turn 16, you know, but it was always, set out there. So I feel like at the end of the day, You mad because of what other people are going to think about you with your little raggedy ass friends that smoke Newports and drink Cokes and sit on their porch all day gonna say about you because your son gay. Girl, go to hell. Don't nobody care about what them people gotta say. Their children be just as fucked up. Oh, your son in and out of jail. Your son ain't never graduate high. Everybody can have something to say about somebody's kids. Get the hell over it. Don't nobody need you to condone who I'm sleeping with. Go to hell. Another part of the conversation that they were having, because I need to move away from that, because that continues to annoy me, because they had all this revelation and that lady still came to the end of the episode talking about I don't condone it. You think that you making your son see that you're not happy about him being gay is going to do what? It is a waste of your energy and it is a waste of your time because your son is still going to be gay. God is not going to bless you because he saw that you were angry with your son for being gay. I think she thinks that God is going to pat her on the back when she gets to heaven. Oh, I see. You really made it hard for your son being gay. I'm so proud of you. You made it hard for him. Like I said, go to hell. So another thing is that they work in the entertainment industry. So with that, they don't exactly make 9 to 5 money. And everybody has something to say about that. And I was just like, unless these people is calling you, asking you for money, I don't understand what we're talking about here. You know what I mean? And Tracy told them that at some point, you're just going to have to allow for them not to get it. You're going to have to allow for them not to understand that you don't want to go and work a 9 to 5 because you have a business that has ups and downs. And at first, you know, when they explain that they had struggled and all of that, but they're getting to a place where they're not struggling in that same manner. Okay. That's usually how it is if you don't have family to help you out. Everybody goes through rough patches. Everybody goes through hard times financially. That does not mean that they're not on the right path. That does not mean that their business isn't going to do well. It just means that they're going through a rough patch. Okay. And honestly, I feel like as long as them people not knocking on your door asking you for rent money, it shouldn't even matter if they're working a 9 to 5 or not, as far as I'm concerned. And another thing I thought was funny was that none of these men, like both of the daddies were there, but neither one of the daddies were in their sons' lives the way they were supposed to be. So they're both more open to the gay thing. And I hate to say it like that, but you know, I mean that they're making a big deal out of these men being gay. So the reason why they're not making a big deal out of that is because they weren't there. And they don't really feel like they can be. And I also feel like they have to deal with the fact that they weren't there, on top of the fact that people will blame them for their sons being gay. Like, oh, because the daddy wasn't there, that's why the sons are gay. As if a present man is going to change what your penis gets aroused for. Yeah, no, that's not how any of this goes. That's not how any of this goes. Like, I need for y'all to just understand. And I get in society, this is hard to deal with. And at some point, we have to just unlearn these things that have been imposed upon us. But what you have to understand is that we live in a world where there are variables, right? So like for every human is going to have a different skin tone or ethnicity or hair type or hair texture or eye shape. Everybody is going to have different variables to their makeup. That also goes all the way down to who they like to fuck. Okay, like that it makes no sense for anybody to think that everybody's going to be straight. Like that just doesn't make sense when you think about how many people are in the world and the fact that there are variables to everything. Okay, to everything. Okay. Child, I love Rome and Dion, and I personally feel like they're just going to have to get to a place where if people don't want to be a part of their lives because they are who they are, then those people can just go and be miserable where they are. Because please believe that mama is only hurting herself, because you can tell that she loves the hell out of her son and that her son is probably one of her favorite people, but she really just can't deal with the fact that he doesn't want to be with a woman. And I don't understand why. I guess she feels like there might be some rejection of her. And I mean, his daddy didn't want to be with her. She need to go to therapy, but she's just the type of ignorant black lady that wouldn't go to therapy to get the help to get past her own emotional hangups so that she can be better for her kids and for the people around her. And that's really sad. That's really sad and fucked up. That's why I always love when I see black women who are connected to the truth of life in a way that is therapeutic. You know what I mean? Like there are people who really, really just ignore how they should handle things because it's more comfortable for them to stay in the ignorance of it all. Like I don't know who she think she's proven a point to by denying or not acknowledging her son being gay, but girl, God is not smiling down on you because of this. I want you to know. Like it's of no consequence as far as I'm concerned. If anything, it's a negative that you would allow how you feel about your son being gay to get in the way of the way you love him as his mother. The fact that Rome felt his mom's love was conditional, like y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Your parents' love shouldn't be conditional. It really shouldn't. Like anybody else's love can be conditional. I feel like marital love should be conditional, like to an extent, meaning like you can't abuse me or, hurt me constantly and think that I'm going to still love you. Fuck no. Okay. Okay. But I absolutely feel like when it comes to parental love, that no matter what your child does, you should still love them. And if they are a bad person, you need to love them in a different way. Okay. But I feel like your kids aren't bad people. Your kids are happy. Like she even said that her son, Rome, is happier than he's ever been. That is all you should care about, ma'am. That is all you should be worrying about. This idea that you're saving him from something by being angry with him, I just don't even understand how that makes sense in her mind, y'all. I don't. And then there was that moment where Dion lost his shit because they were talking about the 9 to 5. Y'all, they ignored the fact that mama over here kept telling him that his dream may not happen. She is a negative person. I don't know why she's this negative. Maybe she mad that her and that daddy, wasn't, didn't work out, or she may not have a man child. I don't know. But when they talk about bitter, angry black women, these are the ones that they're talking about. They're not talking about me. They're talking about her. They're talking about her. Her who can't even smile in a fucking picture with her son. Okay? Because she doesn't want to condone. Bitch, it's a picture. Say cheese. It's a picture. Say cheese. No, I don't want to do anything that shows that I might condone this, even though it's happening anyway. Yo, bitter and angry and unhappy and obviously in the need of dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of y'all that just need dick. Y'all haven't had it in a while. I don't know. Or the dick you're getting is toxic. Okay, but you need dick that touch your heart and make you happy on the inside so that you can go and make better decisions, like not being angry with your son for being who he is because it embarrasses you in this fucked up society that we live in which people think it's their business who somebody's fucking. As long as the person is grown, it's none of your business. It's of no consequence to you in your relationship with your son. Grow up. That's all I have to say about that. I didn't even feel like going through notes. That was pretty much the issues that were brought to us. Then people still gonna get married. Then people happy. I think Dion and Rome are amazing for each other. And I don't understand how you could be a mother and love Rome and not love Dion. First of all, hold up. Let me put it back up before we move on because I want to tell y'all how much I know that Dion loved Rome. Child, there was a moment where they were asking him questions, and the daddy, Rome's daddy, asked Dion, how we know that you're going to be around in 5 years, or am I going to see you in 5 years? And Dion said, well, let me turn around and ask you that question. Because, see, I've been in Rome's life for 6 years, and I have never seen you. So are you going to be around? Okay. Okay. And when that lady kept saying that nobody wants a gay child and all of that, I was just like, oh, we still doing that? I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. And this is what people mean. Like, this is what I mean. I don't want a child that I feel like is going to show up in the world in a weak way so people will then take advantage and beat down on him. That's what that really is. But with all of this extra shit, y'all don't know how to communicate that and unpack that. You know what I'm saying? To me, them being gay is not a problem because I'm more worried about Rome than I am about Dion. And I feel like it's because somewhere along the way, somebody gave Dion some type of confidence that they did not give Rome. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I mean? Like it was the lack of confidence that was really a problem. And that is something that parents do. So the fact to me that Rome had less confidence as a man, that was scarier to me than him being gay. And that came from his mother not instilling in him to love who he was regardless. And see, that is the bigger issue to me. Because Dion, where the irate he got, Dion was not playing with y'all. Dion is sure of himself. Dion said, God is going to make a way for me. When I say I want something to happen, when I pray about it, God makes it happen for me. That's somebody who knows who the fuck they are. That's somebody who knows who they are, who trusts their intuition, and who knows they're on their path. And that type of self-awareness comes when people instill some type of love for self in you, regardless to how you come across. Because his mom said that she had a hard time with him being gay as well, but she seems to be dealing with it much better. His sister seems to have been a support system to him as well, because when Rome was crying, the sister got up and came over to him and hugged him and you know, showed him love. And I'm like, you know, you really did Rome a disjustice by not teaching him to be confident in himself. When you say that you saw a different life for him, you really should be disappointed in yourself, not because he's gay, but because you didn't teach him to be a confident man, because he should be a confident man regardless to whether he is gay or straight. And you ripped that from him by not instilling in him to love himself anyway, because you wanted to be mad at him because he was gay. So you taught him how to hate himself. And that is why he comes off insecure. That's what a lot of his physicality came off as to me. It may not show up in a toxic, negative way, but I still see him wearing it on him because of your lack of love and your abandonment, not him being gay. Because Dion was very strong and matter of fact in a way that is attractive. Even as a gay man, like I was living for his energy. When he walked back in the room with the robe on, okay, I've cleared myself. I'm better. I'm sorry. And I was just like, I love him. I hope they do well. He was like, I'm sorry. I know I got out of character, but you know, don't nobody want to hear that their dreams not going to come true from somebody who don't even know them. Okay? Don't nobody want to hear that. You're not going to tell me that my dream's not going to come true and it's my opinion that the Lord does for me. No, bitch. You was trying to tell that man that his belief that God got him is a lie because he's gay. That's what that mama low-key was saying when they was having that interaction. And I really think that was triggering, and nobody really broke that down. Nobody broke that down. Trying to force failures on him, and he doesn't deserve that. I know I read with that insecurity thing. I love when I find things as it's happening, because I understand that feeling. And I used to feel like that too. Like I wouldn't care if I had a gay son. I just don't want him to be all effeminate and shit. But really, I don't give a fuck. Just be confident. Be confident and be sure of yourself. And don't be out here looking a mess. Whatever you do, look good. Because I'm your mama and I'm going to rib you. Yeah. Now you better do this shit right if you're going to do it. That mama just believes she is a queen on the throne and that she cannot step down or go back on her word. Otherwise, she will not be the queen of her family. BS. I know a lot of black women. That's bullshit. Do you know the sign of a strong person? A person that can accept when they're fucked up and be logical. Like, and what I mean by that is, if I'm wrong, come to me and tell me and explain to me how I'm wrong. And if I'm the type of person that can listen to you and accept that and then move from there, then I'm more valuable to you than somebody that stands there like a brick wall and can't hear you at all. That's not valuable. And if you want to be valuable as a Black woman in your family and as a matriarch in your family, then be someone that is an example of how we are ever changing, because times are ever changing. And so we always need to be open and compassionate, not only to the world and its changes, but to our children and the people who depend on us, to give them unconditional love, not love based on how they fit into the box we've made for them. It's hard, I know it's difficult, but it's what parenting really is supposed to be. Not this, I'm mad because you ain't just like me shit that everybody got going on. Yeah, that mama got her own shit, and she one of them ones that need to go to therapy, but they never gonna do it because they'll never accept that somebody is smarter than them. Right, she acted like she was more ashamed that she birthed him. That shit is ridiculous. Rome is a beautiful man. He just needs to feel that and stand in that. And I think Dion helped him stand in that and see that about himself. Rome's upbringing revolved around only hell and damnation based on 3 Bible verses. Child, that's how you know that lady ain't never read that whole fucking Bible. That's y'all see what I mean? Like, y'all gonna be mad. It's not fucking right. I meant to move on. Let's move on from there, y'all. Okay, let's shake it off. Okay, let's shake off the homophobia. Oh my God. Y'all, please stop caring about who other people are fucking. Even if they're your kids, don't care about who your kids fuck as long as that person isn't harming your kids, okay? And being gay doesn't harm your kids. I know y'all may not want to accept that, but being gay doesn't harm your kids. I was supposed to come back and do like the cross outs, y'all, do the red blocks, but I didn't have no time. I'm sorry. I love y'all. I did not have the time. But I'm gonna put this one up because that leaves everybody up. And we'll just go ahead and get into Ready to Love. I am ready to fuck. Lyric. Okay, we're gonna stop being extra. All right, y'all. So are y'all ready to get into Ready to Love? I say y'all ready to get into Ready to Love. Come on, somebody that know him. I went to school with Rome. I felt in high school he dealt with a lot, even though he didn't speak about it, especially from coming from a southern place such as South Carolina. I wonder why I didn't talk about Rome being married to Ashley. What you mean? I thought that was his sister. What are we talking about? This cast is woohoo chameleon like. Ain't they? So that lady that was sitting next to that wasn't his sister, that was his ex-wife. Girl, I missed that. I didn't see that part. Is that what y'all are saying to me? I missed that part. Child, obviously that's of no consequence. Ashley was his best friend though. Sister, best friend. Child, what? What? Ashley the best friend is ex? That's what I'm trying to understand. Somebody said, why they didn't say that Rome was married to Ashley? I thought, that was just his friend. Okay. Those two was on divorce court. What?
You have to Google that.
Somebody send me the link. I don't put that on YouTube. Use a lie. Let me see. Before we move on to Ready to Love, let me see. And if I see it, we're gonna watch it when we do the I might pull it up, but I ain't play the audio, but I can't show it because they're gonna clock me. They've been clocking me. The last time I did the watch along, they clocked the shit out my video. Hold up. All right, so I'm on, y'all. Hold up. Stop. Lyric said we're gonna have to Google that. Where did they post it? Did they post it on their community page? Let me go to their community page. I don't see it. All right, somebody lying to me. Okay, that's how y'all be. Y'all be on here trying to be seen and shit, lying to me in the comments. I don't appreciate y'all. That's all right. I needed a break anyway. It's almost 400 of y'all in here. Okay, the exclusive video. Oh, I mean, y'all. So y'all saying is there? I don't see it. Look up divorce court page. Oh, okay, okay. Divorce court put it up there, not on. Okay. Oh my God, Lyric, why is your phone ringing? Who's calling you on a Sunday? We're not here. Okay, okay, okay. I'm on divorce court's page, y'all. Hold up. I do not see that. But it might be in here and I just don't see it. But I'm looking. Exclusives. Exclusives. I do not see that. I do not see it. Somebody send me a link. You found it on OWN? Okay. I was just on OWN and I didn't see that. On OWN's YouTube page? On OWN's website. I can't believe that was on divorce court, child. Goodwin versus Stevenson. Okay, thank you. That helps. Okay. Goodwin. Thank you. That helped. Oh, no. Okay, no. I thought you meant I seen this episode, y'all. That's where I had saw them from. He had a cape on and I was dying laughing. Oh, yeah. I forgot. No, I saw that one. Child, I be watching so much shit, I don't even be remembering what I saw. But I'm gonna watch that later so I can get refreshed in my mind. I still think they cute together, and I hope they work it out. I hope they get married. But y'all like the video before we get into Ready to Love. And we're back and we're getting into it. Make sure you like this video and support my channel and don't be a hater. Okay, don't be a stalker. Like the video. Okay, so y'all, this episode, they had to take folks on dates. Okay, the men had to really take the women on dates and see who they really were interested in. Okay, and the very first date was Frank and Aisha. Y'all, they feeling each other. They got a lot of sexual energy. I feel a lot of sexual energy from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was like real close to each other. And he told her that she was his initial first connection. And he really enjoys her. And she really enjoys him. They give each other the butterflies. And then they got into the photo booth. And things got a little bit more intimate. And then they started touching each other's faces and kissing each other on the cheek and poking out tongues. And, being in skirts, but having our legs over another man's legs in a straddle position. Yeah, Aisha and Frank feeling real like we fitting a hunch. Feeling real like we fitting to hunch. Okay, that's what it was given. But Aisha and Frank are very much feeling each other. I did not see them as a connection. But you know what? Okay. Okay. I'm here to watch. I'm here to observe. And right now, Frank and Aisha, same point so, same point stop route. Okay, it's working out. So y'all, then we move on to Tyrone. Tyrone and Carrie go and have a sit down. And this is when we find out that the lame, crazy shit we were picking up off Tyrone was actually true. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, Spidey senses tingling. Spidey senses tingling. Spidey senses tingling. 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 Yeah. Yes. Spidey senses mucking tingling on this shit. Felt like Tyrone was a lame. Felt like Tyrone was the type that I wouldn't really be into because he would give me crazy vibes. And guess what? He did, okay? Him and Carrie sat down to talk, And she basically wanted clarity because of how abruptly he dropped her when she was inquiring on if he was feeling her because she was feeling him. He sat down with her and tried to make it her fault, basically saying he noticed that she was aggressive. And I'm like, as a man, the fact that you could not sit there and say, I just felt like there was another woman that I was more interested in, instead of saying that, you tried to make it seem like Carrie did something wrong in order for you to get to that place. And that is not what happened. Talking about, I got Shiloh's phone number, and then out the side of my eye, I can see body language that I wasn't comfortable with. That is not the same thing as someone being aggressive. Thank you for playing the video back when she's just smiling in an awkward manner because the situation is awkward within itself to be here, interested in a man, watching him get another woman's phone number in front of your face. It is an awkward environment. And Tyrone, you are very awkward. So the fact that you perceived her awkwardness as aggressiveness is hilarious to me because I feel like you're telling on yourself. You're deflecting, you're projecting, and really your weirdness, your awkwardness is a sign of your aggression towards women because you're mad that your mom was out here free flowing with her cooch. I want you to get over it. Your mom's vagina does not belong to you. I don't know why you young men take this like aggressive attitude towards your mothers if they like were out here giving a puss to everybody, but like your mom's puss doesn't belong to you. So whatever she was doing with it, son, that shouldn't even really matter to you like that. Like the dad and her were probably gonna break up whether she cheated or not. Your aggression comes from your anger with her, and Tyrone, honey, get the fuck over it. Get over it. Carrie's not your mom. Carrie's not your mom. Anyway, so Courtney, a Faith, Corey, Camille, cuckoo, and Cornelius go on a little 008 roller skating, right? And you know Camille is very interested in Cornelius. And Cornelius is playing it like he's very interested in Camille. But let me tell y'all what Cornelius is really doing. And I told y'all Cornelius was a fuckboy. There, I said it. And someone asked me why. I said it's because Cornelius is going around convincing everyone that his connection with them is his number one connection. Camille is crazy. Camille is showing interest in only him, and he knows that keeping her around is safe for him. Meaning, if he's into Courtney or any of the other girls and they play him dust for one of the other men, then he can always fall back on Camille because currently Camille is acting obsessed with him. And he also likes that energy. He likes it when someone is really, really into him. And she's really, really into him. And she's doing herself a disservice and she's making herself look thirsty. And it's really sad. Courtney is winning just off the fact that she is able to be present in the moment that she is in. I didn't see her ever turn and look at whatever Cornelius had going on. Even though Corey is lame and doing way too much, too touchy-feely, way too close in your fucking face, touching my ass way too much, way too far up on me, just a lot of shit like that. Okay? But see, here's the thing about Corey, and this is what I figured out by watching him. Corey knows that he's lame. Corey knows that he does too much. So he knows that he has to do well in one or two areas in order to keep a woman's interest. And see, the thing about most women is, yeah, we don't like all that physicality unless we like you. And a lot of the times we may not necessarily be aware of how much we like you until you've been persistent and until we have gotten some type of physical feeling from you that made us like you. So Courtney was questioning Corey, very much feeling like he was lame the entire time. He broke out the flowers. She was like, oh my God, it's so sweet. He quoted Bad Boys for Life. She was like, I'm with that. I was like, bitch, you're too young. Maybe you're too young and you don't know that he's quoting Bad Boys for Life. Maybe you don't know that. But whatever, okay? But see, when he gave her that hug, She was all the fuck in. It was something about when he hugged her at the end, in the way he hugged her, she was feeling it. And I could feel how she could feel it in that moment. I've been with someone before that I was not attracted to off rip. And they were so persistent about getting me that won me over. And then even though I wasn't feeling them like that, so I'm apprehensive about them touching me. When they did touch me, I won't call it aggression, but their intentionalness about the way they touch me to prove a point that they could control, they could get this or whatever. That shit was a turn on. The turn on came in feeling like somebody was like, I don't know what you on, but I'm about to show you what I'm on, and you can tell me how you feel about it. There is something attractive about that, especially from somebody that's consistently pursuing you. Because a lot of men don't want to pursue a woman that they feel like has shunned them in any way. And so a lot of times women is just like, child, they don't take a lot of men seriously. Someone that is going to bring you flowers, wrap them up, and then constantly be touching you and showing you that they into you and calling you and texting you and all of that shit. Women are like suckers for that shit. They could feel like you lame. They could feel like you not that cute. But you give a woman that type of energy and watch her shit switch. That's why niggas don't understand there's a fine line between stalking and making people feel uncomfortable and having just the right amount of confidence that will attract a woman to you if she was not really feeling you initially. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just explaining how Corey is able to get these women interested in him. Okay, and he knows he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Okay, so then we got Camille having this conversation with Cornelius, and Cornelius kind of peeking over his shoulder, seeing what's going on between Courtney and Corey, which I thought was funny. And it showed that his interest in Camille is low-key disingenuous. His body language also made me feel like he wasn't fully interested in her. I noticed a lot about the body language, y'all. And sometimes the body language tells the whole story. Even when the man is trying to make you feel like he's into you, he's over here. He's very much in his own space. He's not trying to encroach on yours. Meanwhile, Corey is over there encroaching on all of the space. Okay? Corey is touching thighs. Corey is holding hands. You know what I'm saying? And Cornelius is over there with his hands on his face and his hand in his lap. Yeah. It told me a lot about what's really going on with that relationship there. And then Camille's questions about his finances and, her possessiveness coming off, don't be looking over there. What you looking at? Yeah. Y'all think that shit cute? I think I think that as a woman, that shows a lack of confidence. I feel like as a woman, when you are really sure of your position in your man's life, he can look wherever the fuck he wants to look. Like, when you're confident about your place in somebody's life, all of that, what's that? I'm not doing all of that. Unless I feel some type of movement emotionally. If you think I'm ever worried about if I feel like Lyric is looking at somebody's ass, whose ass? Where? What it look like? Let me see. I'm not insecure enough for that to ever have bothered me. Even in past relationships, like I don't ever let stuff like that bother me, y'all. Oh, them student loans turned him off. Oh yeah, she said she had student loans and that turned him off. Child, all of us have student loans. That shouldn't have turned him off. Okay? Them people gonna get that $150 a month. They'll be all right. Okay? She doing way too much too fast. Women's energy be like a light, right? Yep, too much possessiveness. We love the pursuit. It can really open up my heart. I'll be all in afterwards. Yes. and there's a way to do that. You know what I'm saying? So even if you notice like men don't, they don't have a suaveness, but they have, women that's fucking with them, like it seems like Corey is because they understand that perspective of what women are attracted to, which is not something that's always outwardly communicated. Oh, thank you. Camille and Corey are essentially the same person. Not really. I don't think Corey is in a place of jealousy. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see the possessiveness of the women he's talking to. He's just kind of in the moment when he's in the moment. Honestly, I see more of a Courtney and Corey resemblance, if anything. Wasn't Cornelius in the military? They would have paid for his college, right? Ooh, 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 like nigga stop. 43 58 per month for me. What, who said that? Who said that? Like, girl, it's a dating show. Like, stop expecting, any of these men to only be interested in just you. And I feel like all of the men are constantly having to have these conversations with the women where they tell the women, hey, I'm still going to be getting to know other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, duh, that's what we're here to do. And the women should be getting to know other men. And I feel like they're all trying to assign themselves a man instead of doing what the men are doing and just seeing what it's hitting for. Seeing what the vibe really is. You know what I'm saying? Like Camille, for instance, you're not really getting to know any of these other men. You're zeroed in, so focused on, Cornelius. So y'all, Walter and Muman go on a date, and their date was, outside walking at the park. Okay, a little bit more public, not as woodsy as the date with Corey. And they talk about Walter's dad leaving when he was 2 years old. His dad lives in Thailand or something like that, I believe. And he kind of never was really there for him. And then when he wrote a letter to his father at 16 expressing how he felt, his dad was like, well, I'm at your sister's house and I can't really deal with this. It was just some dismissive, fucked up bullshit that made Walter feel away. So Walter has abandonment issues. Muman's father wasn't there either. There was something I noticed about this scene. I'm gonna reserve, but I noticed when men use their traumas to make women trauma bond with them. And what this is, so walk with me because it's like a Robert Kelly thing. When someone is unsure of you, when someone doesn't feel safe with you, a thing that men will do is to tell a woman how in some way they've been harmed or hurt, and then they can then bond over that harm and hurt. But what's happening is it's a manipulation because the man is using it as a tool to make the woman feel like she can be safe with him. So then the woman starts to unleash more of her emotions and stop kind of keeping her barriers up the way she normally would. Because it's like, oh my God, this man is sharing trauma with me. That must mean that he is really emotionally connected. And, a man wouldn't just be sharing this with any old woman. So then it makes a woman feels like she's special to him. It's a manipulation tool. Because then she'll give up so easily what he's trying to get from her, and it'll all have been a lie because then he'll disregard her and that emotional connection won't really mean shit then. So yeah, Walter, keeping my eye on you, sir, because I saw that. Dante, Phil, Shiloh, and Carrie do a workout together. Very, very confusing scene. Dante is flirting with Carrie the entire time they're working out. But when Phil and Shiloh go and spend some time alone and Dante and Carrie are left alone, the energy changes. And his body language is different as well. I feel like Carrie is like, yeah, so I'm really trying to get to know you. She's feeding off of the energy he was giving her the entire time they were there together. And then when they get alone, all of a sudden, it was like he pulled back. He would touch her and grab her hands, but then he wouldn't really add much to the conversation. And then he acted as if, the conversation just wasn't going as smoothly as it does with the other ladies. And I honestly feel like he was intentionally withholding, even his body language. You guys. Like, I feel like a lot of these guys are talking, but I can see that it's not lining up. It's not lining up. He was like erect. They're sitting on the floor. She's bent over. He's erect. Even when he would, oh no, he come right back. and create this separation between the two of them. And I think it was indicative of what was happening mentally and emotionally in the moment as well, which is that this woman is reaching for a man that is kind of toying with her in the moment. You know, I reach, but then I pull back, and then still creating a separation to let her know that it's not exactly clicking. But you were doing a lot of flirting and shit before. Shiloh and Phil's date. I feel like Phil, I'm sorry, Phil is another man that I perceive in some ways lame. Maybe it's his hairline, I don't know, but the way he flirts comes off as funny because it's almost like, oh, who are you copying that from? It doesn't feel genuine because his confidence doesn't feel genuine, but he comes off as if he's confident. It's very weird. I don't know, but you know, they seem to have been feeling each other, so child, whatever. Naeem and Zadia go on a date. Very cute date. They were mixing drinks. The lights were low. They kind of talk, and Zadia talks about how she gets whatever she wants and she's spoiled, and you know, he's touching her hands and it's a vibe. She tells him she wants commitment. He says, you know, oh, that's great, but I still want to get to know other women. This is what I think there's a misunderstanding. When women are telling you they want commitment, they mean outside of this. Once we get to the end of this, ultimately, I am doing this to find commitment, not to find a fuck buddy, not to find someone to date for a little while and then move on to the next. Okay, that's what she's saying. She's not saying in this very moment that if she likes you, she's expecting you to give her a ring next week. And I think that a lot of the men are perceiving women saying what they want to happen in the future as an immediate thing, because we understand you're going to see other people. We're in this process to get to know other people. That goes without saying. But then you have women like Ticia, you have women like Camille that make it obvious you actually have to communicate to these women that you're going to be getting to know other women, because they will feel like you belong to them if you don't. It's very weird. Okay. But either way, they were cute. Their energy was on par with two people who are being genuine with one another. Okay. Frank and Ticia go on a date. Y'all, Ticia is very perplexing to me, and I honestly feel like I've read her down, but I have to be very careful about the way I read her down, because I can be wrong, and I'm open to be wrong, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that I feel like Ticia is extremely uncomfortable in her skin. Another one that was giving me the body language. She is also very off-putting. She also wants to constantly understand why a man has not called or has not shown interest in her. Like, she asked Frank why he hadn't tried to get to know her before. She does the same thing at the end of the episode when she sits down with Cornelius. You know, oh, well, why haven't you gotten to know me? And then she did it when she was at the bottom after the first day. Well, why didn't you guys, why was I at the bottom? She's always trying to find out why she isn't somebody's number one. And then when people try to interact with her, she comes off like she's withholding, like she's trying to hold something away, and she's kind of like, I'm trying to get to know you, but I don't know, it's some type of underlying passive aggressiveness that's going on, and I feel like it's because she's uncomfortable in her own skin. Did you see how she dressed when she went on the date? She had like a little tie on her head, which wasn't bad. It was a scarf. Women wear scarves on dates, but it was like shorts and this ill-fitting shirt. Like, I don't know what was going on, but the outfit wasn't matched for the date that she went on with Frank. Frank is there looking all nice and doing all his extra arm movements and shit because he's a bartender, so he's giving you everything. And her energy is like, And then another thing I noticed, that every time we see her, she's here. Every time we see her, she's in that drink. Her face is in the drink. Her hair is covering her face. Her body language is turned in. Normally, a woman of her stature and her beauty, if she was confident in herself, she would give you regime. She would give you up and out, and she would be very outward with her expressions of her body and how she flirted. Ticia stays right here and with her drink in her hand. That lady is uncomfortable and insecure with who she is. And it very much shows through in the way she goes on dates. It's not even just about her being mad about that first night. She's insecure within, like, I just feel like she's insecure in herself. And her body language makes me feel like she's not comfortable in her own skin. And she perpetrates and postures like, I know I'm the pretty girl, and she is very beautiful, but I don't think she really feels that way about herself. Okay. Cecilia comes off as masculine. She talks too much about her accomplishments. Men don't be feeling that. That's not masculine to talk about your accomplishments. She only talks about her professional life because that's the only place she feels confident. like she's not confident in anything else. So it's easy for her to talk about that because that's where she knows she's on her shit. You are reading Ticia correctly. She's not comfortable sitting in her actual energy. She's not. And I want her to get that together. That's why I know she's not going to last in this process, because she doesn't have the confidence to deal with how hard it is to be in this process. Dating people, being emotionally attached, and watching them have emotional attachments to other people. That shit is not made for the weak or the insecure. That's why they kept her. Because insecurities breed for good TV. Okay. Yeah, she needs to get to a place where she feels comfortable and confident in herself. And then I feel like her hair wouldn't always be in her face, and her body language wouldn't always be turned in, and she wouldn't have this wall up in the way she communicates, because she very much has like this underlying rude barrier happening. Like, and it's obviously a protective barrier. And her probably still feeling salty about why she's not being chosen. She was the one that brought up the femininity subject, and this is why I say it's not something you can really learn. She thinks she's exuding that, but she's not. Yeah, no, she's not. And even if she's perceiving it as like what she's giving is being timid and coy. Like, even with being timid and coy as a woman, there's a level of charm that you have to have, and she's lacking in charm. Right, Bondi. I couldn't even type a response quick enough regarding her taking her profession being masculine versus a comfortable place. Right. Yeah, no, that's not what's masculine. I think y'all y'all understand her aggressive tone as masculinity. She comes off entitled, and that's why I said it's posturing, because it's not real. Absolutely. She wrapped up in her career and its success, not opening herself up because of her own walls. Yes. I also catch her rolling her eyes at other women. Insecurity, and definitely feeling insecure about women who you know aren't as insecure as you are. Because other women can feel that shit. But she has mad weird energy that she needs to, fix, because she's very beautiful. But yeah, I think Ticia is just a late bloomer socially. It's more than that. I promise you, it's more than that. Anyway, Walter is feeling Mumin, because the men meet up and talk about who they're all feeling. Frank is feeling Aisha. I think he said he was feeling Aisha. Naeem is feeling Zadia. Ticia is on the bottom because she's standoffish. Sabrina is on the bottom for Cornelius because she doesn't want to have any more children. And Carrie was on Tyrone's bottom because she held him to task for treating her like shit, because he didn't know how to communicate in a manner that wasn't going to hurt her feelings, that he was finding interest in other women that was stronger than his interest in her. There was a way to do that, and there was also a way to not try to blame her for your inadequacy on how to communicate in a way that does not result in a woman feeling like she's been shunned or disrespected. She does kind of look like Judge Faith. She's got little cheeks. She's got the cheeks. Shiloh understands the feminine energy. Yes, she does. And it does not feel insecure, and it doesn't feel disingenuous. It feels like I'm open, and I am I'm mutatable, like I can just move and just kind of be charismatic and casually drift through this. That's the femininity, the ease. Okay. Femininity is about ease and withholding enough and giving enough. Very delicate balance. Okay. But either way, Tyrone's crazy eyes during the men's meeting was hilarious to me. Did y'all notice that Corey said that his top was Courtney and not Mumin? And a lot of the men said that their tops were Courtney. I mean, they may have cut that out, but a lot of the men were saying that their tops were Courtney. And y'all know how these men feel about that. They do not like when the woman that they like is a fan favorite, so to speak, which is annoying to me because that's the process that you're in. And what I would like for a lot of men to do is rise to the occasion of the competition instead of looking at the woman like she's less than because you feel that you're less than and can't compete. I'm just saying. Like, that's some insecure shit to look at a woman like she's less than because a lot of men are interested in her. No, that means that she's attractive to everybody else just like she's attractive to you. The fuck? Niggas is weird. That's why I miss the days of courting, because men had to be able to deal with the fact that they were not the only suitor. And then it had to rise to the occasion or gracefully bow the fuck out. But everybody now having an attitude that let's dress a woman down and make her seem less valuable because we can't compete for her. Anyway, y'all. So Ticia and Cornelia's going on a date. She has her wall up, but she's not going home. And I feel like it was so funny that she was almost like, yeah, I'm going to ignore what they're saying to me. Like, okay, bitch, ignore it so you can go home next week. Naeem and Carrie go on a date so that he can tell her that, you know, she's not ready to love. And of course, like the beautiful woman she is, she took that shit gracefully. She took that shit gracefully. And honestly, I feel like she dodged the bullet because a lot of these men are not up to par, and these women are going to figure that out over time. You just see my short. All right, y'all. That's all I got for Ready to Love. I felt like there are some missing scenes between Carrie and Tyrone. Apparently. I don't think Ticia connected with any of the other ladies either on a girlfriendship level. Right, yeah. And then a lot of the times the women do that. Thank you. Ugh. If they're interested in a woman, then why wouldn't other men be interested? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Courtney owning her sexual energy is going to be an issue for the men. It is. And I wonder if they're going to have that same feeling to Shiloh as well. It's a man's insecurity showing up in them. To me, too many bald heads for me. Ooh, see, that don't really matter to me. Like, child, you give a fuck about these niggas got hair. Do you have a beard? Okay, me and Ticia was very on the same page about that shit. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and move on so I can give y'all a little bit of Love and Marriage Huntsville. But first, let me go. Child, let me go so I can give y'all this link because I did not give it to y'all, but I already made the link. I already made the link. Oh, look, they flagged me already like I did something to somebody. Okay, because y'all flag me no matter what I do. You flag me no matter what I do. Like all life, you flag me. All right, shareable link. Patreon. Y'all give me a moment because I want to make sure my members and my Patreons have their link so that, you know, as soon as we're done here, we can just click right over into the rest of the conversation about love and marriage Huntsville. I think it's episode 15. I think that's what this is. Child, season 3, episode 15. And just for everybody, you know, so y'all know, I was like watching the episode with y'all, and you know, On was like, no, you don't, bitch. So I stopped doing that.
just going to just give y'all a review of the episode this week so I don't have to take my shit down. But yeah.
Okay, so I posted it in a Discord, I posted it on Patreon, and now I'm gonna post it on YouTube for the members on my community page. Boom Bow Pow. Shout out to Jay Lee. And now we in there swimwear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. So the episode started off with Kimmy and Maurice going to this piece of land that's supposed to be their dream home. And they're talking about where they want the driveway to go and, how they can build trees to have like a privacy fence up there. All for Maurice to turn around and say that this is for spec, meaning that they're going to build this property to sell. And this is something he wants Kimmy to do. It's her first, big job in real estate, or one of the first big jobs in real estate where it's a, build from the ground up situation. And he tells her that he's already picked out the builder. He wants Martell to do it, and he wants the uncle, who's always moving slow, to be a part of it as well. And Kimmy's like, okay, so this went from being our dream home location to being a place to build and sell on. And now you want me to be involved and you want me to handle it. You want it to be us together, but you've made all of the decisions for me and for us. When you tell me you want Martell, who doesn't even have a builder's license, to be the builder, and slow ass Uncle Mike to carry, this load, who's already slowly carrying Tisha and Marceau's situation, but you want him to come over and carry this situation too. Okay. And then you want me to handle it after you've made all the decisions, even though you're saying this is something that I'm supposed to be doing. Word. She said, that's what you do a lot. You seem to not include me in on the decision making and then plop shit in my lap to fix later on when you get too busy to deal with it. It's the same thing with Monster. You decided that you wanted to pick him up and drop him off to every single thing he had going on instead of carpooling with some of these other kids. And now that you don't have the time for it, it's my responsibility to pick up the slack. Correct? Correct? Y'all, I think the fact that Maurice is nice looking, probably has nice peen or something, blowing Kimmy's back out, whatever. I don't know what it is. But to me, sometimes it feels like he's another child and not a partner. And I also feel like he does not value her the way he should. And that is quite upsetting, because not only is she older than you, meaning that she does have a lot of wisdom that you may not necessarily have. Not just that she is, an older person, but she's a woman as well. And I feel like has already raised her son. Kimmy has so much wisdom as a person that Maurice, just continues to ignore. And then after she's already expressed something to him, he'll wait and wait until he has done his version and it didn't work. And so then he'll bring it back and be like, hey, Kimmy, I need you to help me with this. Or he'll use what Kimmy has said to him as, something he's come up with on his own. Because you can't just believe your wife for her knowledge and for her wisdom because she's a woman, right? She can handle all the weight. She can fix the messes. She can be ill-informed and still handle the heavy lifting when you can't. Yet she isn't valuable enough for you to come to before you make the load as heavy as you make it by not coming to her ahead of time. Child, these men are a headache. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's so insane. Like, it's insanity to act as if having a dick makes you smarter than the average fifth grader. Like, it's really, really stupid to have a wife that is smart, that has the expertise, that is a valuable human being all on her own without you, and you marry her only so that you can try to dim her light so that you can like hold her in a little a little jar like a beautiful butterfly, like look at this beautiful thing that I caught. But I don't allow to do it, do what it does all the way. Like all of them have that mentality. And that women are supposed to act outside of themselves to suit the male ego. That shit is sad. That shit is sad. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. Well, Kimmy's kind of doing that. Tisha's kind of doing that too. Mel's no longer doing that. But it's just sad to see as far as I'm concerned. I like the way she made him aware. I wonder if she will acquiesce to his assignments. She will. He didn't even really respond to her getting upset. He didn't. Maurice is definitely putting it down for sure. They should have way better communication after dating for 8 years. You would think the only smart man on the show is Dr. Francis, for fucking sure. The emotional intelligence of a gnat. I concur. They ends the conversation on a good note. I'm sure he didn't feel the need to change. Yeah, I feel like she says how she feels, but that's it. He's allowed to ignore what she said. Maurice keeps talking about being a high achiever as if he's not surrounded by achievers. Your wife's a nurse. The fuck? 8 people's lives. You sell houses. Take it down a notch. Just a notch. Just a notch. Okay? Now, y'all listen. Martell's mama pissed me off. The next scene is Martell's mama. And that's what I'll leave all you people who don't pay for my content. I love you. I gave you some of it. I mean, it's not that much. You can sign up for my membership and then you will be able to see me cuss out. Oh, look, people are doing it right now. I gotta go because I gotta go scream at Martell's mama through the screen. All right. So I love y'all and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.